your book, which is not, that's not in sense. We, our book has sense.
No, there's no sense in that book.
Look at Arabic here. It's 6. Read in Arabic and English letters. And English letters. 12 people.
I've got this.
No, this is Arabic. Then you will understand.
I don't need Arabic, bro. The translation's there. If you want me to go to Muhsin Khan, I can. Muhsin Khan. Muhsin Khan. Muhsin Khan was an Arabic scholar.
Listen,
so you're telling me that they're lies.
I'm telling you.
What does it say? Until when he reached the setting of the sun, he found it set in a spring of murky water. So your God believes that the sun sets in a place.
That's what you are believing, because they make you think that that's what they're thinking. What's the meaning of that?
That's what.
It's like when you go to road.
That's what.
When you are in a big road, you can see that
there's
like there's water there, but it's not there. That's the meaning.
No, but is the Quran the word of God?
Of course.
Okay, so your God says that the sun set in a muddy pool.
I didn't say that.
That's your God's perspective.
Translate it for you to understand. Look,
that's your God's perspective.
Read it here. That's your problem.
My right. That's your God's perspective.
Do you believe that the word Christian?
So whose perspective is this?
Hello. Do you believe that the word Christian is in the Quran?
Do I believe the word Christian? It says Nasara.
So when people say, that's Christian in the Bible. So no.
But that's irrelevant to my point, because it says here that a guy named Dul Qarnayn found the sun set in a muddy pool of spring. What? In a muddy spring. Right?
What they say?
Whose Quran is this?
What they say?
Who wrote the Quran?
What they say?
Who wrote the Quran?
No, listen.
Who wrote the Quran?
Listen.
Your God wrote the Quran. So your God has literally said that the sun sets in a muddy spring.
Read it here.
I've got to hear.
That's why it's helping here. People who are
What is wrong with Muhammad Pickford's translation? What's wrong?
Let me say that something's wrong.
I've got 3 translations there, all saying that your God thinks the sun sets in a muddy pool.
I'm telling the truth. When people say that the Quran is all about Jesus or Christianity, we say no. Why? Because it doesn't exist in Arabic, but it exists in translation. So when they want for you to understand why they put that word, go back to
These are all Arabic scholars, you bastard. These are all Arabs. So you're saying Arabs are liars. Why should I trust you and not the Arabs here?
Lying.
So you're not saying they're lying. So the sun does set in a muddy spring, my guy. Is that what you're saying?
If they say that God is Jesus is sitting there,
but you're telling me there's no contradiction in the Quran.
It doesn't.
There's none. Right, so the sun sets in a muddy pool of water. So you can show me today where you can go, yeah, brother, and we can go down the road and I will see the sun set in a muddy spring.
You don't know why they call contradiction. Do you go to school? For me,
it's a contradiction against science. Your God's basically saying he has the science ability of a 3-year-old. He doesn't even know basic science.
So in that case, now that's not contradiction. You're lying. You don't know what contradiction is. Contradictions are saying something and say opposite.
Reality says that the sun doesn't set on the earth.
Where's contradiction?
The Quran says it does.
It's not contradiction.
It says, so it's not a contradiction. So show me where the sun sets in the muddy pool. Can you take me there?
That means that the only
take me to the place where the sun sets in the muddy pool.
The only thing you can say that, okay, it look like this is scientific error. Then I can give you, and then I can explain to you. But it's not a contradiction.
It's a contradiction against science. It's a contradiction against reality.
We are talking.
Your God literally didn't understand reality.
Your book contradicts itself. That's what we're saying. We're saying that your book Bible contradicts itself.
Let's say on your book it contradicts itself.
It doesn't.
For example, did the moon split? Did the moon split? In 700 AD, did the moon split?
There's a lot of things that science cannot do. You believe in science, yeah?
Irrelevant to my point. Did the moon split? Yes or no? Do you believe that Muhammad split the moon?
Listen, to know the Quran.
Brother. My friend.
You believe in science?
It's a simple question. What? Do you believe that the moon split according to the Quran?
I say, what I'm telling you is that.
I've asked you a simple question.
Listen.
My friend, you keep skipping. Did the moon
split? Understand the Quran. Let me explain to you.
Did the moon split according to God? I've asked you one simple question.
I said, if you don't understand, let me explain.
Well, your God says the moon split, right? Your God said he split the moon.
If something that you don't know.
Show me somewhere in history where people said that the moon split.
You can't use that. You don't understand what I'm saying.
I can. Your God says that's one of his miracles.
Listen. No, wait there. You see Moses, he split the sea, right?
Yeah.
He split the sea.
Right.
You don't need a scientist to tell you that.
The sea is in the sky, my. No, the sea is sorry. The moon is beyond the sky, my guy. The moon is beyond the sky, right? You may agree that the moon is beyond, and it can be visible no matter what time of the day it is. If it's sunny in Arabia, but it's evening in like Europe or something. Yeah? Somebody could see the moon and say, look, it's splitting. Right? Moses splitting the Red Sea happened within a located area where few people would have seen it anyway. So there's a difference. Splitting the moon is a big event. It's a big event. Allow me to finish. Yeah?
No.
So splitting the moon cannot be compared to splitting the sea into two.
What people are telling you.
The point I'm trying to make is this.
There's obviously two differences between those two subjects.
The point I'm trying to make is this.
There are.
You don't understand.
Brother, listen to this.
Basic history.
Listen to this. The point, hang on, Uncle, wait there.
Basic science, basically.
The point I'm trying to make is this, yeah? You don't need a scientist to tell you that Moses split the sea. That's a belief.
No, because that was in a located area. But the Quran said that the moon split. Now the moon is in the sky. It's not on the earth. So if you're gonna have to prove that the moon split in history, you have to prove that.
The Bible tells you.
If I said prove that the wall was split with Moses,
I don't have to prove that it's in a located area.
but that's what I'm saying.
It's a located.
The point I'm trying to make, you don't
It's not the same thing. The moon in the sky, where people can see it, is different from a located small area.
Because their books already fall.
See the point I'm trying to make here?
Unfortunately, you don't understand the difference between the moon, which is above the heaven, and a located place on earth called the Red Sea, where
Science can
the
prove
sea
that
was split.
Jesus
You
was
don't know.
born.
Science disproves this, right? First of all, you admitted
Science can
that
prove
your
that
God,
Jesus
you admitted
was
that your
born.
God thinks that the sun sets in the morning born. Do you agree with that?
Listen,
Do you agree that your God, are you Muslim born in trance? Right. So do you agree that your God says that the sun sets in the morning born? I can show you the verse.
If that's what it says.
No,
That's what it
it's
says.
lying. It's lying.
It is what it says.
It's lying.
If that's what it
I'm
says,
literally not lying. I've just read
You
it.
are lying.
Okay, then I'll read it out to you again for the second time. This is chapter 18, verse 86.
Even Islamic scholars say you shouldn't say it to planet, because if you say it to
Okay, so this is what it says. Until when he reached the setting of the sun, he found it setting in a spring of murky water.
What did I say?
Near it he found a people.
What did I say here?
We said, oh Zulkarnain,
Down into
thou hast
Black
authority
Sea.
either
see?
to punish them or to treat them with
see now?
kindness. So what your God is saying is that the sun sets in a muddy pool.
What did I say here?
You've just refuted
What did I say
the
here?
Islamic
Did he
narrative.
say
Your God
Manipur?
thinks there's a
They
place
say
on
that in the
earth
Black
where the
Sea.
sun sets.
The same Black
Can you
Sea.
prove that using science? In fact,
It's the Black
can you show
Sea.
me? Can you show me a place where the sun
He
sets?
said Black Sea. Don't lie.
Doesn't say Black Sea at all. Doesn't say
That's
Black
him there. And as for him who believes and does good, he shall have.
That's not the same verse. This
86.
I said 86. 1886. That was it.
He said 86.
It's 1886. Sorry, 1 minute.
That's it. Until when he reached
Turn up the brightness.
the place.
I'm shaking so much.
That's what she said. It's
So this is
what
chapter
I said.
18, verse 86.
What
right?
is it?
What does it say there?
No, who am I reading first? Is it
This
the
is
same
for
verse?
him. For him. Same verse.
No, it's really,
Which one is it?
so it's literally there.
I'm not going to run off with your phone, brother. Let me just...
No, it's alright, it's alright.
What am I reading? All three?
It's 6.
You don't have to read all three. It's just they're the same verses in different translations.
It's six.
But this is, you can read the top one if you want. It's
Until when he reached the setting of the sun, he found it set in a spring of murky water.
Right.
Near it, he found a people. We said, all Zulkarnain, thou hast authority, even to punish
What did I
them
say here?
and treat them with kindness.
What did I say here?
Right, so what did that say?
What did I say here?
Before he runs off, what does this say?
Then you know.
Hang on, let me read
You can read that if you want, but it's not going to change anything.
It's 6.
Which one are we reading? This part, yeah? Until when he reached the place where the sun set, he found it going down into a black sea.
A Black Sea. So to know the truth, you have to go to Arabic. That's where you're so confused. You
That still proves my point. You believe that the sun set in a literal place on earth.
They
Can you
say
show
that-
that using science?
Listen,
Brother,
there's a
can
sea,
you show using
My
science
brother,
where
my
the
brother.
sun set in the muddy pool?
Can you show
or
me
in the Black Sea?
where scientifically that Jesus was born with
Let's
a
use this example, yeah?
This
Let's
is
say the
simple.
sun set in the Black Sea. Can you show me where it's set in the Black
I
Sea?
can't answer both questions. Just one of them.
This is why I'm answering the question. He's not answering the question. I'm answering the question. Right? Can you show me where the sun set in a literal place?
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. My science isn't great.
No,
Like to...
It's not hard. The sun doesn't set on Earth.
Okay. You see,
It's not even on Earth right now. If it
Listen,
was,
they
we
didn't
would
even
all
say
be
that.
dead.
I don't believe this.
they didn't even say
So
that.
you're going to have to deny this, bro, because this is literally saying that the sun sets on
What I'm trying to say is, you see, like Islamically, yeah?
Right.
I'd have to get someone, if you're saying this and someone said, I'd have to get like someone with knowledge to break it
Listen,
down.
what they say.
I understand, but you have knowledge in your head, don't you?
This juice, yeah.
Say that again.
My God, you have knowledge in your head, don't you?
Let me finish, my brother.
Yeah, but not too much about all of this.
No,
But hold on, you're telling me that you need other people
wrong
to
things.
tell you what the Quran says when you read it?
My brother.
Yeah, the tafsir, yeah.
But this
Let
is
them
God's
talk
word.
now.
This is
Yeah,
God's
I
word.
mean,
It's a Black Sea here. But it's a Black Sea. Which one do you
what you're basically telling me is, how are you doing, Jackie?
My brother,
I would need the understanding.
What you're telling me is that you
Why
need other
when there's
people's
different-
interpretation to interpret what God is saying.
You have to go to the back in the Quran. You have to go to
What I'm trying to say
Arabic.
is that in any book, you don't just pick out the book and take what you want from it. You need someone sometimes to break down what the situation is.
Right, but
In
what
every
are
religion.
those people doing? They're looking at context, right?
You know last
They're
time.
looking at context.
The
and they're breaking
context
it down.
doesn't help you here.
So in Christianity, they've got scholars, right?
Yeah, they've got scholars,
So
but the
take
scholars
knowledge
aren't
from
telling us what it says. They're telling us what the context is.
No, exactly. So there's different contexts
Right.
into your book.
The context here, is not described.
My brother.
So what a Christian scholar would do is they'll look in the Bible and they would see the context and they
Which
would show a
Bible?
verse.
You see,
Where's
your
the verse that
understanding-
says there was a context to this?
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that your understanding of the Bible is different to the Hebrew Israelites. They read it from the same book, right?
You read it in
Right.
English.
The Seventh-day Adventists
You
are
read it in
different
English.
to your beliefs, right? Their breakdown is different, right?
Right.
In English.
There you go.
But
So
just
the
because somebody
breakdown
has
is
different interpretation doesn't mean there's not a correct
Different.
interpretation.
You
No,
follow a
it's
certain
wrong.
denomination.
No. I'm following what the Bible says.
No, that's what the
Bible
Hebrew
says
Israelites say.
The Hebrew
That's what the
Israelites,
Seventh-day
first of all,
Adventists say.
added that, first of all, that white men are Esau. That's not in the Bible.
It says God loved Jacob and hated Esau. Who's the people of Esau? Who's
Who's
the
the people?
Edomites?
The Edomites are an old nation who doesn't exist
That's
today. They don't exist
They
today.
don't exist today.
No. There's no members of Esau.
Let me explain him.
And if there was, imagine,
Let me
imagine,
explain
no, 1 minute.
You
Imagine,
believe in the science, isn't it?
imagine, yeah.
You believe in science, yeah?
Yeah.
You believe in
Brother,
science.
allow me to finish, yeah.
His science can prove that Jesus was born without a father.
This was
No!
one.
Science doesn't know
Hear me out.
everything. Science doesn't know everything. Don't lie.
What, 1 minute, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out, yeah.
My guy right here, you know.
That's good. He's a Christian.
I know him.
Right.
This is my guy.
So imagine now, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
We've got Esau, a tribe of Edomites living in the hot desert.
Who's Esau?
Do they look anything like the white coloured, skin colour, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed
They said
looking
that they're
people?
red-skinned, but they're a nation, aren't they? The Edomites are a nation.
Right, but who are they related to? Jacob. Jacob, they think is a black man. But hold on,
Well, he said that the
if
skin came
Esau,
out red.
hear me what I'm saying. If Esau and Jacob were twins, then they're from the same race and nationality. So where did the Hebrew Israelites come off claiming that these same people are the white Caucasians of today? They can't show it. So they're adding to the text.
Their mothers are different, right?
Of course, no, their mothers are not different. Jacob and Esau's mothers are the same.
No, they're the same.
Yeah, same mother.
I'm not Hebrew Israelite, but I know that they say that.
I know what they
Edomites-
say, but it's about what you can prove
what-
exegetically.
but what-
I can show up an Hebrew Israelite today because I can prove exegetically that they're wrong. It's the same with anybody else who takes out the Bible and reads into it.
But what I'm saying is their
what
context,
I'm saying?
their context is different to yours.
Maybe it is, but that doesn't mean they're reading the Bible because they can't show from Bible their
All right,
scripture.
what denomination are you? Christian denomination?
Christians, I'm Anglican first.
Anglos.
Anglican.
Anglican.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that your belief, the Seventh-day Adventist belief, the Pentecostal belief, the Catholic belief is different based on the context, what they're reading into the book.
Right, but it's about who can prove exegetically from the text. If I go up to a square, yeah, if I give you if I show you a picture of a triangle, and somebody says to me that triangle's blue, the actual colour is red. Somebody comes and says blue, it's red. What you're going to do is you're going to get another triangle of that exact same shape, and you're going to be able to match it to show that it's exactly the same as the one it is. We have ability to recognise things.
But everyone
It's not.
says that. Everyone says that their breakdown of whatever book they're reading is the correct version.
Right,
so
but
they're
it's
following their scholars or their.
But as I just mentioned with the Hebrew Israelites, they
It could
add
be
to the
anyone.
text. They add to the
No, I know
text,
they've
and I'm
got
not doing it.
I know they've got the Apocrypha, and you've got the King James version.
Yeah, the King James version.
So they've got different books in it. They accept there's more books in their book. They're saying some books got hidden.
Yeah, but they can't prove it historically. I can. That's the difference.
What do you mean they can't prove it?
Well, historically, there were councils done on the text, obviously, where the church convened. And they got together and they realised that certain books need to be in text and certain was. But the early church fathers disagreed on what text was to be in the Bible. The majority were with our text, the 66 books of the New and Old Testament. The rest rejected.
What about the Ethiopian Bible? They're like 80 something.
Yeah.
More
Again, they're outside of the consensus. They may be Christians. I believe they're Christians, but they're outside of the consensus when it comes
So
to
the extra books, they're not
canon. They're not canon. Do you know what I mean by canon? So they're not part of the biblical text, basically.
So
They're
it's
just
made up
extra books.
scripture.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, yes.
Who is it to determine what's made up and what is the correct amount of
Well,
books?
that's why the early church had councils. They sat around and they had a conversation about what did we receive, what was accepted. And during these councils, they generally came to the conclusion that our 66 books were accepted not only by the Jews, the early Jews accepted our books as well. They did not accept the other 7 books in the Catholic canon. They didn't accept that. So ours, the Protestant canon, or my canon, is historically grounded as well, and that's what the church came to eventually.
All I'm saying to you is that people's breakdown of their books, regardless of what religion they are,
But what I'm saying is different. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about what the Quran actually says. I'm just showing you what it says. The Quran blatantly comes out and says, look, the sun sets in a muddy pool. Now, what are we going to do with that?
go with somebody with knowledge. If I don't know something, I'm not going to go like I do. That's the problem with Speaker's Court. Everyone thinks they know everything. If I don't know something, even if it might be plain as day, if I can't, my thing is this year, I'm Muslim. I believe everything what the Quran says is true.
Right.
If there's stuff there that I can't prove or I'm not too sure about, I'll go and ask someone else.
No, that's
The same
admirable.
way
That's a good trait to have.
If I ask you about Christianity, if I ask you about Christianity, there might be some questions you can't answer. So you might go to Julian and say, Julian, can you help me with this? Julian might come to you, vice versa. That's what it is. I know some things are evident, but some things
it's good to have that opinion of your text. But what I'm saying is like, have a look at it anyway, bro. Because at the end of the day, I would think if God's going to send out his book, it's a bit problematic for him to give you a book that clearly has great scientific errors, including the sunset in the money pool. And do you believe the moon split in history?
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant to my point. The Quran says that the sun sets in a muddy pool. It doesn't say the sun sets in Egypt. Yeah, but where is that place? So I can go to a place right now where I can see the sun set. So the sun's going to be literally there in Egypt, and it's going to be going down on the Black Sea.
It's going to set in Egypt before it sets. It's still rising in America.
Can you help with this eye in the Quran?
Say again.
If I want to say the sun sets in Egypt.
When the sun sets, Allahu Alam, I think there's some thing about the money pool.
I don't.
Like this. Maybe the Sheikh will know.
Well, if you want to have a conversation, right?
No, I'm just saying.
Basically, chapter 1886 of your Quran says that the sun sets in the muddy pool. Now, I want to know why your God's making that scientific error. Considering he himself, you don't believe this anyway, it doesn't say that in the Quran, but it's your God's word. If it's your God's word, why does he say that?
First of all, I would advise you not to be tensioned when you are talking to people. Yeah, I know it's hot weather.
I don't know what it has to do with what I just said.
Yeah, you still tension. Now, Allah says in the Quran, Allah has described the sight of the person, what he saw. He saw it as if it goes in the money pool.
So why does Allah describe this place as a place where the sun sets?
Brother, let me finish, so we can just do this respectfully.
So he saw Dhul Qarnayn, he saw the sun set in the money pool.
It doesn't say he saw it. It doesn't say he saw it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say he saw it.
So it doesn't.
But even if it does say he saw it,
it doesn't say.
Let's say it does. Let me agree with you. Yeah? Let me backtrack. Let me backtrack and say it does. Let's say it does say he saw the sun setting in the muddy pool, right? No. The sun has to be in a physical place in order for him to see it. Secondly, this is your God's word. So it's the perspective of your God. Your God is saying that there is a place on earth where the sun sets. Now explain that.
Good. Now here, again, Allah says in the Quran, described that when Dhul Qarnayn was traveling, he reached to the sea. So he reached to the sea. So when you see the sea here, when you are seeing the sea, when the sun is sitting behind the horizon in the sea, what do you see here? Does the sun set in the sea? Does it go inside the sea? No. So it goes behind. That's what we know. That's how we know it. But Allah has described the sight of the person. Allah said, "Fara'aha." That's what he saw. He described what he saw. So the person saw something. So as if the sun sits there. So as you understand, before you understand the Quran, you need to understand how the Arabic language uses the terms. So that's why when Allah is describing he saw, that is totally different from what Allah is saying.
The Quran's not saying it's by his perspective.
No,
It's saying he saw it, but it's not saying it's by his perspective. The Quran is by Allah's perspective because it was sent down by Allah. And this, remember, the Muslim claim is that the Quran was written before time.
Before time?
Yeah, before time.
What do you mean?
Well, the Quran is eternal according to most Sunni Muslims.
Yeah, it's eternal, but it came from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So if it's eternal, it would have had to exist before its time. It didn't exist at a certain point.
No, I believe it came from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It came at the time.
I understand where you know where it came from. What I'm saying is the Muslim claim is the Quran is eternal, right? And if the Quran is eternal, it's claiming that by the perspective of some guy, there was a literal point on the earth where the sun sets.
No.
When
he reached where the sun sets, وجدها, he found it. So he found this is what he found. وجدها تغرب في عين الحمئة. By the way, في عين الحمئة, not necessarily a muddy pool. It has حمئة for you to know. حمئة means something like heat thing. Like for example, like lava thing. As well, that's what we say.
No, Hamia means Black Sea. That's what it means.
No.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Are you Arabic?
No, but I've heard of that word.
You heard that word?
Yes, Christian Prince has spoken about it many times.
It doesn't care. Who cares about what you say?
And he was an Arab Christian, so
No, Arabs, they don't say this. From
maybe I don't know who says it, but Arabic Christian Prince has said that Hamia means a dark spot.
No, that's not it. Then
That's what. But why do you think the translators have translated it the ways they have?
They don't go and translate it like this.
They have. They translated it as a muddy pool and a Black Sea. That was the two translations I saw.
No.
Yusuf Ali, Muhsin Khan, and Mohammed Pickford have all said that it's a Black Sea or a muddy pool.
Again, it's describing what he saw, perspective of the person.
Doesn't say the perspective first.
No, it says it.
Doesn't say it. He
It
said he
doesn't say
saw a place where the sun was
No.
setting.
He didn't say. So wajadaha, he found. This is what he found. So this is what he saw.
So if he found it,
This is
right?
what we found.
Who's
This
the
is how
one
we
speaking?
describe. This is
When
how
we're
we
talking
describe.
about the Quran,
So
here,
that-
the
that's
Quran
why-
is from the perspective
when
of
you read
Allah.
the Quran-
Bearing that in mind, if the Quran is from the perspective of Allah, then it's Allah saying that there is a literal place where the sun sets.
You are lying. He didn't say.
I'm really not. I'm just.
You are lying.
I'm just
lying.
reading
You're
what the
lying.
Quran says.
It's okay to lie on Jesus. That's fine because you can always lie on
I
Jesus.
don't. I'm literally
You
not
always
lying.
lie.
I'm literally.
You lie on Jesus, and that's okay to lie on Jesus.
But we're
and
done
then-
here because you're
look at
just
this,
saying
look
I'm
at
lying
this.
anyway.
Those people.
I have another conversation anyway.
Those people.
God
those
bless
people,
you.
they
Take
come
care. Oh, you want me to wrap up? Sorry. Basically, just had a conversation with the old sheikh there. Bit of a waste of time, to be honest, but we've actually gotten him to admit that there's a place where the sun sets on Earth. He claims that it says it's found and it was from the perspective of Allah, but it clearly isn't. If you actually look in the text, it says that Dhul Qarnayn found the sun setting in a place. In a place. This place is, this sun is setting in a place, and there's people there as well. But hold on, when we look at science, there is no place on Earth where the sun actually sets. So I don't know where Muslims seem to think they can get this logic from. Yeah, I mean, other than that, it was a good conversation with the other brother. May Muslims come to Christ and leave Islam because it's a terrible religion, let's be honest. God bless.